Okay.
Perfect, perfect.
Hello, hello, welcome, welcome. We have another avatar creator interview today. Might as well get started. What's your name and what's your store page called?
I'm Illume, and my store page is called, I'm pretty sure it's literally Illume. Yeah. Illume VR, anything like that. I just go by and I make monsters.
Monster girlies.
Monster girlies, monster boys, anything that, anything that I
Monster.
like. Yeah.
And if y'all have any questions, go ahead and ask away, and I'll do my best to read them to Illume. Sound good? Sound good. As well. There we go. What made you come up with the name?
So I actually was on Tumblr when I was a teenager, and I thought I was a poet. So I just sat there, and like the whole thing on Tumblr was that it was really cool to have like a one-word URL. And so I was just looking up words, and I thought Illume sounded cool because it was like for light. I don't know. I thought it sounded cool, so I tried to write poetry on Tumblr with it, and that didn't work out. And so whenever I made a VR chat account, I was like, oh yeah, that sounds cute. And it wasn't taken because it was like 2006, not 2006. Oh my god, 2016, 2017.
Oh, there's our special guest, Tiki. She's here.
Kitty.
How long have you been creating avatars?
I started in like 2017 because I wanted my own personal avatar, and then I stopped playing VR chat and got back into it during COVID. So on and off for like, oh my god, 8 years. But seriously, for like 4 or 5.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's fair.
it's been
That's
a
fair.
long ass time.
A good while. So you've been there for
Yeah.
the Uganda knuckles.
Unfortunately, yes. I was around before that was even like super popular and had to witness it all.
Mm.
The karaoke nights and the pug being flooded. And the presentation room that could crash you. Yeah.
The good old days. What inspires you to create?
I think I've always been really artistic, and I like making art in any form. And I just thought it was really cool to be able to make like a virtual one that's a lot like more accessible to people and allows them to kind of express themselves in ways that you can't in real life. So I really enjoy being able to come up with different ideas and characters and kind of give them a story in my head and figure out what works for them.
Mm-hmm. Love that. Because you have so many unique ones in your store and everything.
Yeah, I got some weird ones. I've done some weird ones too.
It's okay, we still love them. Do you have a favorite avatar you've made?
Ooh. I really like this one that I'm in right now that I did with Chris, and then I also I have a soft spot for Moth Me, which is like the Moth Mommy avatar. I like her a lot. So she'll have to get a remake eventually.
Oh yeah. 'Cause she's still popular, isn't she?
Yeah, she's still one of my favorites. One of the more liked ones, I think.
Mm-hmm. One as everyone's like, I need that one. Which do you have a least favorite?
A lot. I made this avatar called Widow, and I literally just took it down like after a couple days because I was like, no, this is ugly. It was like, it was supposed to be inspired by like, you know, like the rich women who, you know, like the Black widows who killed their husbands or whatever.
Mhm.
So it basically was like that, and I did not like how I made it. And so I was like, the hair's kind of okay, but the rest of it's just a no. So I ended up just archiving it after like a week.
You're like, yeah, no.
Yeah,
Shut
and
it
then a lot of
down.
older ones, I'm just like, ooh, okay, that's old. And so down it goes.
Shh.
I
It's
want to
basically
pretend it
what you
didn't
do.
happen. Yeah, I'm like, I want to pretend I didn't do that.
That's so
We've
funny.
evolved.
We don't talk about that one, even though it just
Yeah,
did. We don't talk about it.
yeah.
uh, was there an avatar that surprised you that did pretty well?
Um, yeah, I've had a couple that I was just like, almost did on a whim. Oh, Camille, the first like version of her. I like vampires. I love me some vampires. But a lot of times I like more monstrous things, and I know that's not everybody's cup of tea. So I try and make them like slightly more like digestible for people. Kind of like how I did like the mouths on this bra, because then I was like, okay, well then it's not actually on the skin, so maybe people will like that more than having, actual monster parts on them. But she kind of popped off, and I was really surprised because I was like, she's looks more normal, and I kind of made her on a whim originally because I was just like, oh, I want to do like a little vampire, that'd be cute, and then she did really well, and I was like, oh, okay.
That's my best friend, is what Chris said.
Oh, Chris, yeah,
All in caps, mind you, all in
yeah,
caps.
that's my schnookums.
You're like, that's my love.
Yeah, that's my business partner.
Was there an avatar that you struggled making, but you still like pushed through it? Like you just had a hard time?
Yeah, I did a commission recently with Catbat Labs, so Chris and I's little duo thing, and so I did all the blender work and stuff, and this model had 2 sets of arms, um, 8 eyes, and so I made like a custom head for it, like 5 tails, and then like tendrils off the arms and everything. It's so cool. The person's like a really sweet VTuber, and I absolutely loved it.
Chris was like, please don't remind me PTSD.
Yeah, poor Chris had to do all the shape keys on that head. I do not envy it. I made the blinky shape keys, and I was like, here you go, good luck. Love you.
Good luck, love you, bye.
Yep. Yeah, that was probably the toughest one I've made in a hot minute, because it was like another scratch monster head, because the face split 2 ways open, so it could open up down and open up like vertically. So yeah. So it was, yeah. And they had like 8 tongues, and so I just like rigged one tongue, and I was like, here, just pose it. I don't know. Good luck. Yeah.
Just the war flashbacks for that one.
Yeah. It turned out really good, and I really liked the end product, but it was hell to do.
For everyone new here, if you have questions, go ahead and ask away. Like, if ask any questions, and I'll read them, because we have people new here. So ask away. Is there anything you want to learn?
I want to get better at a lot of things. I'm currently working on a male head, and oh my god, I'm really trying to improve with like making face tracking and stuff. But mine face tracking decided to boink itself and not work. So I haven't been able to test anything, and so I've been like, I'm literally just been following tutorials like minute by minute, trying to get a bit better with that and figure that out. Normals are always annoying to figure out. Just like there's little like quirks of Blender, and most of the time I can manage it, but I also need to get better at Unity because I fail horribly there.
Unity's not your friend.
Unity is not my friend. I get the weirdest issues, and I'll be like, help, to usually Chris. I'm like, help, Unity goddess, I pray to you, please, please help me. What did I do? And it's like either the most simple thing ever. Like one day she was like, you just click this button, and I was like, oh. Oh yeah, I could not figure. I hadn't been in Unity in so long because I had been doing like the Blender work of models, and then I couldn't find where the curves were, and I was like, I can't find my curve preview. I was like, I've Googled this, and like I can't. And it was such a simple thing that like everything that came up was like making it so much more complicated. And Chris was like, yeah, you just have to drag that up. And I was like, okay, well, all right.
You're like, okay, fair. Okay, I see you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chris is like, don't put me out of business.
I couldn't find the curves preview.
Other than avatars, what else do you make?
So I do like to draw. I don't do it as much, but I try to. I mean, I drew the tattoos on this model, so I like drawing, and I like to write a lot. I used to cosplay, I don't really anymore, and I used to dance quite a bit at clubs and stuff. I also don't do that much anymore. And recently I have become a gym rat. So like 5 days a week I'm going to lift weights and then do like 10 minutes of cardio afterwards and cry about my protein intake. So that's kind of my life now. It's working and going to the gym and sleeping a lot.
Gotta get strong.
Yeah, I'm like, I want to be. I used to have this personal, and I still do, but I don't use her that often anymore. But she was like a super muscular wolf mommy, and I was like, I have to get that physique of just abs.
You're like, I need strong. That.
Yeah. I have to be able to lift all my friends. That's my new thing too. I've been like, okay, what do you weigh? All right, I'm gonna go like deadlift you in the gym, like Riz, but it's
You're like, be ready for me to pick you up.
Yeah, be ready for me to just pick you up and hold you,
and never let go.
In my arms. Yeah, exactly.
Never ever let go.
I got that grip strength for a reason. You're not escaping.
You're staying right here, nowhere else.
Yep.
Do you have a dream avatar you want to make? Like, it'll take some time, but like,
Ooh.
You would definitely want to make one day.
I've tried to make this before, and I've never liked it. But I really wanted to do like the 20s cartoon black and white avatar. But I wanted to do it in like a painted style, so it like all the textures and stuff kind of look like, I wanted it to look more like an art piece than like an avatar per se, but like a wearable one. So I really want to do that someday. But it's I've tried before and it just really did not look the way I wanted it to, so I was like, no.
People are like, Chris did the same, and then that someone else was like, that sounds so sick. That does sound pretty cool. I would love to see that. Because that would be something unique, like fully unique.
Yeah. I'd really like to try and do it someday. Hopefully I can get there, because that would be a lot of hand painting.
You're like, oh no.
Yeah, that would be all of my one brain cell really fighting for third place.
Like, I go. And you're like, guys, I need help. I can't have y'all fighting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you do anything outside of VR chat?
I actually mostly do things outside of VR chat. This is like the first time I've gotten on for VR, not to test an avatar or do a showcase in pretty long time. So most of the time I'm usually like playing video games. A lot of Repo lately. Really like Repo. But usually I'm like watching trashy TV and working or at the gym. One of those two.
Oh, you have your first question. Ketchup or mustard?
Absolutely ketchup. I don't like mustard. I don't fuck with mustard like that.
You're like, no. You get that out of here.
Literally.
What's your goal when you're making your avatars?
I like to make things that people like, obviously. You know, you want people to like your stuff, but I like to make things that are more unique or have, like, unique elements to them, even when they're, like, more, like, mainstream, I guess. Kind of like how this avatar is, like, more like your typical kind of e-girl model, but there's still, like, ghosts in the hair and mouths on the boingas and interesting little things. I just like to be able to be creative and make things that are kind of special and have some fun things on them.
Okay. What's one thing you wish you could change about the market?
I do. I wish. I do kind of wish that there would be some more unique things in it. A lot of stuff does kind of look the same nowadays, and it's kind of hard for me to see, like, the same styles. Because, like, it used to be, you could really, like you saw an avatar and you were like, oh, that's this person's. Like, you could see their style just like their art style, you know? And I think nowadays a lot of that gets lost, and you don't see, like, the person's personal touches on it. I do have to say, especially, like, I'd really like to see some cool, different male avatars. Because I was looking through with a friend the other day, and I was like, oh, holy shit, like, I need to make some male assets. Like, you guys have nothing. You have nothing.
Yeah. Male avatars or creators need more assets, like male assets.
Yeah. I was like, oh, like, I was sitting there. I was like, oh, holy shit! Like, I need to. I was like, I got you. Hold on, I'll cook on that. I'll try and make some more stuff because I didn't realize how bad that was.
Someone was like, less e-boy abbies, please, is what someone said.
Yeah.
What's your ideal platform to promo or sell on, and why?
I think Jinxie is the best to promo on. Definitely, like, that gets the most traffic by a long shot. I do like pay hips, less fees. Gumroad and I have a love-hate relationship. I can't seem to let it go. It's like a toxic ex that I keep going back to. But ultimately, I just kind of have, like, a bunch of different platforms, because I know some people, like, prefer, like, Gumroad's library, and they're willing to spend, like, a couple extra dollars just to have it all in one place. Or, like, some people like PayHip's library. Some people only like Jinxie, because I know a lot of, like, people that aren't, like, in a bunch of Discords and different things, Jinxie's all they know. So I try and keep it an option available to everybody. But I think Jinxie's probably the best to promo on, I think. Definitely.
Okay. Cool male abbies would be so awesome. Colorful and crazy looking ones for sure. I think the only male asset creator I know is Laura and Casey. Yeah, I think those are the only two we really know of.
Yeah, I was about to say that was the only two I could think of off the top of my head. I know a couple male avatar creators, but, like, asset creators, I
not
could
many.
not tell you off the top of my head. Yeah.
So yes. That's the answer.
I need to do something for the boys.
Yep. Who is a creator you look up to or your favorite? It could be asset, avatar, any.
I do. I really love, like, Nessie's hairs, and I like Nessie's, like, work ethic. Like, I think that how she runs her, like, her shop and, like, her Discord are so cool. I look up to Chris, obviously, a lot too. I love her Unity work, and she, like, is always, like, she'll come to me with this, like, crazy idea and be like, I'm gonna figure out how to do it. And I'm like, okay, you do that, because I would not have any fucking idea how to do that. Like, I have no idea what you're talking about. But
making them cry.
Hell yeah. Yeah, hell yeah. Like, go for it. I respect it. There's a lot of other creators too that I look up to, like, just texture wise or other things. I really, really love the style that Civica 23 Mink. Like, I love, like, their heads and the style that they've created. And obviously Zympia makes amazing stuff too. Absolutely love. I really like Sleepy stuff. Sleepy's, like, kind of soft girl aesthetic. I love it. I'm like, I'm not usually one to like wear stuff like that, but like sometimes Sleepy will release an avatar and I'm like, oh, I want to be a soft, cute girl now.
I want that.
Yeah, there's a bunch. There's a bunch.
You got another question. How do you feel about the male market now, and do you see it improving in the future?
How do I feel about it now? I feel like there is a lack of. I think it's mostly like I don't think it's on the creators at all. I think that there's just like not that many assets for them, so there's not that many choices if you can't create everything from scratch, you know. So I think it could improve if we get more people to make different stuff for it. I definitely think that's it. I do know a lot of people have been getting into like booth models too, and I do think that creates like some differences, some interesting stuff because booth has a lot of cool things in there. So hopefully it improves and like gets more diverse with a bunch of stuff because I really feel like VR is only going to get bigger. Like I can't see it not, you know, like
yeah.
As much as I hate Facebook, Meta, all that stuff, it's like it is. VR is just going to get bigger and more accessible to people. So like I can't see it not getting bigger and more people coming into the market, and then you know they want more stuff, and
okay.
So hopefully,
you got 2 more questions for me.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I already know the answer, but Blender or Unity?
Absolutely Blender. Blender or Substance Painter or ZBrush, anything other than Unity. Unity and I are not friends. I hate it. I hate it.
It's a toxic relationship.
Yeah, not even like it likes to like hurt me. I guess it is a toxic relationship. It hurts me and I keep coming back for more. I keep loading it back up again.
Chris is like, that's why I'm the Unity person.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure if I interview you, Chris, it would be Unity for you.
Yeah.
I like the annoying challenge, is what they said.
Yeah. Because they're like, ooh, I want to do everything that other people hate. Yeah.
Yeah, like literally, I've all the people I've interviewed over 13 people. Only 2 have said Unity.
Fucked up.
Only
I don't know what kind of Unity they got, but mine doesn't do that. Mine doesn't do that.
You're like, I want that. Give.
Yeah, please. I fight with Unity like so often. It's ridiculous. And like over the most stupid stuff. Like I can do animations, all this stuff, but I'll have like the most stupid, weird material issue or something. And it's the tiny things that really just build up and annoy me. I'm like, come on. Like you can't even be a big issue. You have to be a small, annoying issue repeatedly.
Chris said, I will say Illume has the most annoying bugs I've ever seen in Unity.
Yeah. Like, the weirdest shit. Like, I'll be like, Chris, and Chris is like, I've never seen that before. I literally don't know how you did that. And I'm like, I don't fucking know either. Like, I just loaded it up, and it yelled at me, and then it started hitting me with a stick.
And it kept doing it.
Yeah. It yelled some really not nice words.
How do you feel about the Abby market? Do you feel it's oversaturated, or do you think it's still small? How do you feel about it?
It's definitely oversaturated, I do think. I think everyone kind of feels that, and I know a lot of creators like have quit because of that kind of thing. But ultimately, like, you have to like doing it. Like, it's not gonna be a quick cash grab or something. Like, you have to enjoy what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And like be making it for like the right reasons. Like you have to like love it and like want to be doing stuff beyond just making money, I think, to enjoy it.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think it's still small in like comparison to like Roblox, but otherwise I think it's getting up there, especially because a lot of VR chat models are now being able to be used for VTubing too, so it makes it a lot more accessible to people.
Yeah. Chris is like, I think it's oversaturated in the way people just want a quick buck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Accurate. You could definitely tell who's passionate about what they. That is actually true.
Yeah.
You could tell who cares and who doesn't. That is very true. My last question is: do you give your avatars lore?
Sometimes. A lot of times it'll be kind of like more like just random thoughts in my head more than anything. Like I'll just be like, oh, like I'll have like a general theme. I've had a couple times that I've done like actual characters, or I'll buy adoptables. I have a bad habit of buying adoptables, and so not lately actually. I've been very good lately, but I always end up with like characters that I wanna, I want to give things to. But then if I get too attached, I don't want to like make them like public. So a lot of times I have to like kind of detach them from myself a little bit. Otherwise, I'm like, oh, I want this to be my personal. And I'm like, no, I can't keep every avatar as my personal.
Yeah.
I don't play enough for that.
Chris is like, we both do, sis. It's okay. I feel like Illume's Abbeys are the best for lore because they're mostly creatures and stuff. That is true.
I appreciate that. I appreciate it.
How do you feel about the amount of gatekeeping going on in this community? Do you feel like it's justified or dumb?
I think it's. I think it depends on the person. Because if there's like if someone's like directly trying to copy you, then that's one thing, you know? Like if they're asking because they want to one-to-one an avatar you made or like a style or something like that that's yours, then that's one thing. But I think like a lot of times it's just like people needing help for things and not realizing, like I didn't even think about it really, but like a lot of times, like just because a tutorial isn't for VR chat, you can still use it for VR chat. And so a lot of it's just like finding the right info, because some stuff works for VR chat, some stuff doesn't. Like you can't be using all these like different, like if you use the long hair particles in Blender and try and import that into VR chat, you're gonna have like 3 million poly hair, and that's not gonna cut it. So it's kind of like knowing the basics and then like being able to pick out tutorials and different things that help. And a lot of it is, I think, making friends and like communicating and talking and learning that way from other people. But yeah, there's gatekeeping like fizzbone settings or like stuff like that. I'm like, come on, guys. There's only so many different ways to do something. When it has like specific parameters kind of thing. Anything like that, I'm like, or if it's like a really simple like thing like a demon girl, you can't own a demon girl. Everyone makes red demon girls. I make red demon girls. My mom probably knows of red demon girls. Like, so it's one of those things where like you gotta know what's like, you gotta pick your battles, you know? Like there's stuff that's worth being upset over and like kind of keeping to yourself. But a lot of like regular techniques or stuff like that, it's like, come on, just be helpful. Because you were there before, and there was even less resources then for a lot of us, so it was like Avatar 3.0 came out and everyone was like, what's going on?
Oh my god, that transition.
Yeah, the first model I made with that, I was like, huh? I was like in Discord's like, help
help out, help. Chris said with me, I do the opposite of gatekeeping. You will be forced to optimize.
Yeah, I can't let Chris see like my Unity work. I made like a pentagram in one of my effects layers once, and Chris like saw it out of the corner of her eye on my screen and was like, what's that? He was like, Illume, what's that? What did you do? What is that? Why is that there? So I have to kind of shove things under the rug with Chris, otherwise I'll be forced to optimize, you know? And God forbid.
What you working at? Nothing.
Nothing. Don't look at it. You're not gonna be happy with what I'm doing.
Well, those are all of my questions. Y'all can still continue to ask questions, but we're at the part of if you have any questions for me, go ahead and ask. Same for chat. If y'all have questions for me, go ahead and ask. So,
all right, I got one burning one. What's your favorite avatar of mine that I've made?
I only own one right now, and it's your dragon girl, Crimson, which I still love her.
She was a good one.
Keep looking at your butterfly one over and over and over again. I want that one so bad.
Yeah. She was cute. I thought she was adorable. I just saw those ears and I was like, oh, that just inspired an entire avatar.
I needs her. I sent it to all my friends. I was like, guys, look at her. They're like, that's you, and I was like, yeah. If you're saying that to me, that I need that.
Yeah.
Same with your snake girl with Chris. That was another one.
Oh my, yeah. Yeah, she was fun. That was one of our adoptables. Yeah, we both bought snake adoptables, and we're like, oh, we have to make these.
Mm-hmm.
So.
What's your favorite animal?
Oh, a snake. Absolutely a snake. I love snakes. I have one right over there. He's probably ignoring me, but I love snakes.
Snakes.
Yeah. Snakes. Particularly, I love me a king cobra. Not as a pet. That's insane. Don't keep venomous reptiles as pets. But just because they're really cool. But like non-venomous. I love a blue beauty rat snake. Because they have like 3 different patterns. They kind of have like stripes and then like spots. And then they go into this other pattern and they have like these blue stripes. They're really cool looking. They're Vietnamese blue beauties.
You're like, I love them. Love them.
Yeah, I could talk about snakes all day. I have so many snake facts. Like, I love them.
She's gonna tiz. That's what Chris said.
Yeah, literally. I like had to keep it in. I was like, lock it in. Shut up about the snakes.
Do you think people who make public models is very helpful to get sales for your bot models?
I'll let you know. This is the first model we've made. This one has like a public version, and that's the first one I've really done. I do think it definitely helps because, like I said, there's some people on VRChat that they don't know. When I first got into VRChat, I didn't know you could buy avatars. I just got stuff out of public avatar worlds. I didn't fucking know. I was like, what do you mean buy avatars? What do you mean by that? These aren't like. So I do think that probably definitely helps a lot to get to those people that aren't there, and then also provides like a way to test because like maybe you don't like how the base feels or something. There's a couple bases that like don't fit my body as well as other ones. So I do think it's like really helpful to those people.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Accurate. I don't like buying models without being sure how they look in game, so it definitely helps for someone like me.
Yeah. A lot of times I'm usually influenced to buy avatars because I'll see them in game first, or like a friend has it or something. I'm like, oh, that's really cute. Like I see how it looks, so hopefully I'm gonna try and get some more public models out. Hopefully.
Exciting.
I know I'm gonna put a version of my male head up publicly. That way people can try it out before they buy. Mm-hmm. So a floating random head will be out soon.
Ooh, spoopy.
No body, just head. You
Nothing else.
Pretend to be the head from Repo. Yeah, you can pretend to be the head from Repo if you want.
There you go. Got any more questions? Literally ask away. Same with you, chat.
What got you into VRChat? There you go.
So we heard about it. It was, I don't remember what year it was, but we heard about it and we kind of looked into it. My husband and I both got on the computer and hopped into a public. I don't remember what public it was. We instantly crashed and then we never touched it again. Well, then during COVID is when we kind of got back into it again. And I really started getting into it when VRChat announced that they were allowing everyone to use the cameras instead of only VRChat plus like people. So I got really into it and started taking photos and everything. So that kind of pushed me into all that. And then my husband he's on the drinking. I'm more the world exploring and taking photos person.
Fair, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably where I lean to. If I'm gonna get on, I like the world hop and hang out more than I don't usually drink unless it's like social settings in person usually, because I'm a type 1 diabetic. So if I'm gonna bother giving myself insulin, it better be a good reason. That stuff is expensive.
If VRChat were not to exist one day, do you plan on selling to another platform, or or have you had plan on selling outside of VRChat, like Chill Out VR or any other platform like Sims?
Oh yeah, I've definitely like thought about and looked into stuff. I actually did a commission for like a Roblox hair the other day. I was like, oh, like I could make some shit for Roblox, I guess, and just I'd like to be able to expand and like do different things. And a lot of stuff now too. I'm trying to cater to VTubers with like the ability to make VRM different things so that they can do that, and trying to just put it out there. And like any of my assets or stuff, I don't care if they're used in whatever game, put them wherever, as long as it's not like being sold, obviously. But it's like, I don't care. Put it in Shout VR or Neos or whatever the fuck it's called.
Whatever's out there.
Yeah, whatever other VR game comes out, like you can put it in there as long as you're not doing weird, racist or homophobic or any of the phobia.
Whatever's out there.
Yeah. Just be a decent person with it. Yeah, I don't mind.
That's fair. I thought someone else put a question. They did not. Chat is not put another question. We're waiting.
Fair. I also think The Sims leans a lot more realism, and I feel like I'm at like a semi-realism state, but I don't quite think I make stuff like super realistic that would fit with The Sims. I could probably do Max's Match pretty well. I think Max's Match I could do, but like the super detailed stuff, I don't know.
Do you like desserts?
Absolutely. It does not matter that I'm a type 1 diabetic. I love sugar. I love desserts. I'm supposed to go see a friend later this month, and like half of what we plan to do is go eat. I'm like, please. Yes, I want ice cream and cookies.
You're like, are you sure you'll be okay?
I'll go like,
I don't care.
Run a mile. Literally, I'm like, just take me to like a playground afterwards and just let me get the energy out and like get my glucose down and it'll be fine. Like, just let me run around like a dog.
What's your favorite sweet?
Ooh. Oh, that's so hard.
The hardest question tonight.
I'm thinking of red velvet cake, but that's just because I've been thinking of red velvet cake for like 2 days straight. And so I love red velvet cake. I love like birthday cake. I love fried ice cream. Oh my goodness. Mint chocolate chip ice cream. Oh, anything. Chocolate chip cookies. Oh, any sweets. There's so few things I wouldn't. I go crazy.
The minute you mention sweet, it's game over.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, why would you do that to me? Why would you make me choose? If it's soda, though, it's Pepsi. 110%. That's my guilty pleasures. A little Pepsi. I call it my little clown juice.
You and my sister would definitely get along. In Hawaii, it was nothing but Pepsi products there. So go to Hawaii if you want Pepsi.
I know what I'm saving up for. That's the dream, baby.
Favorite season?
Fall or winter. I like the colder months. I hate heat. I overheat and want to die in it. I hate it so much. I would rather be freezing cold and the negative degrees than have to deal with anything over 70.
Ooh, this is an interesting one. What is your favorite season or holiday to make models for?
Oh, Halloween. Absolutely. I thrive. Halloween is my month. Everyone's like, oh, I need a Halloween avatar. Let me go see what fucked up shit Illume has. Probably got something scary and weird to wear for the month. So I feel like that's like the month where like I can get away with more of my monster stuff and people like are more accepting of it and being like, yeah, that makes sense. It's Halloween. Mm-hmm. Like I'm not randomly releasing a girl that unhinges her jaw, you know? Doing it for Halloween, so it makes it more socially acceptable.
You mean to tell me that on Valentine's Day that's not acceptable?
Ugh. Oh, I think it is. Eat your heart out, you know? Literally. But I think people like the weird stuff more on Halloween because it's like the time of the year. So I do that. Love that. I love that for making models, but my favorite holiday is actually Christmas. So
Okay.
I just like the vibes. Everything's so nice, and I feel like people are nicer. And I really like doing the little giving trees at Walmart or whatever, where you pick a person and you can go get them stuff. Mm-hmm. So anything like that, I think it's super cute and sweet.
Okay. I actually just thought of a question. Is there anyone out there, the whole community asset, avatar, that you want to collab with?
Ooh.
I know Chris is one, so.
No. Chris is a given. I feel like I don't know if there's. I'm like off the top of my head. There's so many people that like I would be down to do things with, but I'm like I would never make the first move. You know, that feels so scary. To make the first move, and it's like a weird flirting, courting thing.
Be like, hey, what's the collab?
Yeah, I mean, there's some really cool like stuff out there. I do really think that my style kind of like matches with some people's more probably, but I don't know. There's just so many options, so many really good options. I really like Katakitty's male models, so if I ever had the opportunity to like make a matching female or something, I think that'd be really cool. Just in general, I feel like there's so many though. I'm like never not down usually, because I think it's really fun to like collaborate and come up with like, usually like collab models do have more of a story and lore behind them. Mm-hmm. So I think it's really fun to have like someone to like bounce ideas off of.
Okay. I should add that to my questions because it's interesting.
Yeah. That is a good one.
How many model? Oh, go ahead.
I would absolutely do Zephyr too. I just thought of that because I thought of your other interview. Zephyr too. She's super sweet, and I feel like our stuff kind of matches.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure she'll be down for it too. How many models have you created as how many models have you made as a creator? I read that so fast.
Over 200, I'm sure. I am sure I am over 200 by this point. I know I'm over 100 stuff on my store. That might include hidden products. I don't know off the top of my head. But like I know with personals and things I made for other people, like I'm way past 200 by this point. Probably closer to 300, which I don't know if I like to think about how much time I've spent making anime titties or anything like that. Anytime I have to talk about what I do, I'm like, oh, yeah, I make models for games.
Yeah.
I don't want to tell them about the toggles that go on it. I don't want to explain to my Mormon parents what SPS is, so I'll just keep my mouth shut.
Yeah, that was me with my mom, because like when my mom first bought an avatar for me, She's like, what does DPS mean? And I'm like, I was like,
that was at the time. Per second.
That was at the time when it was like known, and I'm like, do you want the honest truth or what? And she's like, what is it? And I told her. She's like, oh my god! And I'm like, I don't use it. I delete it off my models because I don't use it at all. It was just an interesting conversation to talk to her about that.
Yeah. I don't even try to explain. I'm just like, don't. I'm like, for your sanity and my peace of mind, don't look into anything I do. Just don't. And we can just leave it at that. I can show you the pieces in particular. There's certain models I think I've shown like family members before, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's like an art piece. Because I'm like, I'm not explaining this to you. We don't have to get into it.
You're like, no, thank you. How do you deal with poopy stealing pirates that don't want to buy your work?
Oh, I wish there was a better way to deal with it ultimately, but like all I can do really is like block and move on. I try and report it if it's in game, obviously, like public or something. But at the end of the day, like if you're gonna do that, like you were never gonna be a customer of mine anyways, probably. And if that's your choice, that's your choice. It's a bad one, especially like, I'm never saying stealing is good, wink wink. However, stealing from like just little people, like I'm not a big business, I'm not some AAA game, I'm like a one person who like, I do all my own work and answer all my own tickets and have to do everything alone. It's like, I'm not a business, like you're not like sticking it to the man by doing this, you're just kind of like being an asshole and stealing my work that I put like hundreds of hours into and like years learning how to do. So would not be me. I like to support people, I like to support small businesses, and I just try to pay people who don't do that no mind. Now, if someone like needs to be educated on it or whatever, because like everyone I think has played VR chat and like they wear a public model and they don't know it's not supposed to be public or something like that. Like you go to an avatar world and there's ripped avatars there or something. And so if the person genuinely doesn't know, that's one thing, and it's like, hey, like, yeah, you buy avatars. Like, if you just hop on this game for no reason, you're not going to think, oh, I'm not allowed to wear this kind of thing. But there's like a difference between like not knowing and then just repeatedly choosing to do it or leaking stuff. And yeah, I just wish people would be more mindful that it's just little creators. Like there's no big businesses here. No one's like a giant company. We're not Walmart. Like,
yeah,
it really hurts when you like don't pay for an avatar.
Yeah. And to all the stinky people out there, we banish them to the Shadow Realm. That's where they go.
Yeah. And I think this goes for myself and a bunch of other creators too, but like even if you don't have the money for something, like if you talk to the avatar creator, a lot of times they'll like give you a discount or like work out something with you. Like there are so many better ways to go about it than to like steal. Like I'll give discount codes or something if someone's like, oh, like I missed your sale, like here's a fucking discount code, like whatever. Like I'd rather you get a discount code from me or ask me when my next sale is, or so have it or save up.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just common decency, I think.
Yeah. Pineapple on pizza, you're an egg.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. You're sick. Sick.
You're like, do not mention that to me.
No. To be fair, I'm like a horrible person to ask because I literally like basically just eat cheese pizza. Like I'll have pepperoni or beef or something, but I love me a good plain cheese pizza.
Oh, I just thought of a question. Is there any of your models that are no longer you're selling anymore, because obviously you just removed like quite some not too long ago. That you want to like absolutely remake.
Moth Me, definitely. I want to remake my big moth mommy. There's some older ones too, I think, but I think she's like the big one that like I think of and I'm like, oh yeah. I'd like to remake her. I think there was also Morgana, who was a while back. I think she was several Halloweens ago, but she was like an octopus. Had like octopus hair or like tentacle hair, like a third eye. And I just know I could do that like a lot better now.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, because I just thought about it. I was like, yeah, because I know you just removed like so many not too long ago.
Yeah, I like to go through occasionally, every like 2 years or so. I'm like, okay, you need to be culled. Like, you are no longer reflective of my work, and I don't like it. But and I know some people still like to like have those like older avatars too, so it's kind of like I'll leave them up for like a good while, and then I'll give people a chance to get them if they want it for a lower price. But I'm like, and most of the time, if someone came to me and they were like, "Hey, you took down this old model, but could I buy it?" I would be like, maybe, depending on what it is. Maybe I might just be like, "Here, take it. Don't talk to me. don't talk about it. Don't say it's from me. In fact, I don't want association with this."
Dipping ketchup into potato chips.
I have never put ketchup on potato chips ever in my life. I didn't know that was a thing.
I didn't know that either.
I'd probably try it just to say I did.
Be like, that was trash.
Yeah, sure, why not? Fuck it, why not? I do love me some ketchup.
I'm gonna let this run for another 6 minutes because we've been almost streaming for an hour. So if y'all have any more last questions, go ahead and ask. Same goes for you too. If you have any more questions, ask away. So yeah.
Thinking on it. I feel like my brain goes into the little like buffering loading above my head.
I think I see it.
yeah, it's up there.
Ooh. If VRChat had no limitations or on optimization, what's your dream model to make?
Ooh. Man, if it was possible, I'd really like something that like it's like a demon or monster that like actually transforms. I think that'd be really cool if that was possible to do something like that. But I don't think it's possible without it looking like really gimmicky and not as cool as I'd want it. Because you'd want particles and you'd want like the vertex falling off and Poyomi and a bunch of stuff that's super unoptimized.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that would be cool though to do like anything that has to do with that. Or like I used to have a model Rise, or I think I still have her remake up, where she turned into like a fallen angel, and so I think it would have been really cool to like have like her skin burning and have like that come off or stuff, or just like a cool sequence for the avatar. Anything like that would be really cool, but particles get super heavy very quick.
Yeah, VRChat.
Yeah.
God. Any Monster Hunter inspired girlies?
I don't currently have any. I've definitely thought about it. Some of the monsters are really, really cool. I think it'd be fun to make like ones vaguely inspired by them. So I definitely could see myself doing like a. You'd be down, Chris? Okay, say less. Monster inspired girly come.
It was so
we
fast.
We talked about a dragon anyways, so like we had talked about a dragon anyway, so something like that'd be fun. I love making monster stuff, so scales, anything like that, I just think they're so fun to texture.
Mm-hmm. Exciting things.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Heck yeah.
And then that one hair. I think I'm forgetting her name, but in the newest Monster Hunter, the girl with the white hair, it's like got a big braid and then it's really fluffy. Yeah. Something like that. That'd be fun too. Gemma, yes.
Favorite game?
I feel like I always go back to Minecraft. Like ultimately, like I love other games. Like I'll play Repo, I'll play Nuclear Nightmare, any of these other stuff. But like I always go back to Minecraft. There's a simplicity in it. There's like a comfort in it. Like I just love that. I did also really love. I played this one game. Let me see if I can find the name of it. Neva. That was such a good storyline, and the art in it is amazing. The soundtrack, amazing. Totally worth like $20. So cute.
My favorite is Alice Madness Returns. All time.
Fair. I've seen a lot of cool cosplays from that.
I want to cosplay from... I want to do all of her dresses. Every single one of them. That'd be so cool.
Yeah.
Do you like Just Dance VR?
I love Just Dance, so I would assume I do. I haven't really done anything like that in a hot minute, but I love playing Just Dance. So I think the only issue is I would definitely harm my headset and or controllers in the process. Or myself.
I was waiting for or me.
Yeah, like yeah. I do have a bad habit of that one. I'll find a way.
Yeah. Me. Well, we finally hit that mark. Thank you so much for joining me on this live stream. I hope you had fun.
Of course, thank you for having me.
Yes. Oh, wait. Someone asked for favorite world to do a showcase of pictures in.
I am a sucker for that like black and white checkered one. I think I've used it in a couple. I think I have the name of it on here. What's it called? Come on, don't fail me now. I know you're in here.
Where are you?
I know you are. Yeah, literally. Oh, okay. It's called ABREAPEAR. That one has some really cool stuff. I've used that several times. It has like a rainbow room that I really love. And then the other one I really love is Ambient. I haven't used that in a while, but I just love that room.
Mm-hmm.
It has such cool lighting.
Good lighting. Anywho, thank you for joining. I hope you had fun and all that stuff. And thank y'all for tuning in. If you're a creator that wants to be interviewed, DM me. My name is the same literally everywhere, so you will easily find me. I am an easy person to find. I hope y'all have a wonderful time. Have a good day. Same for you too. You better have a good day.
Yes.
And I'll talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.